The mysterious roommate, a disturbing Airbnb encounter in Austin, Texas. It all started with what seemed like a harmless decision, a shared Airbnb room in Austin, Texas. I arrived at the modest home and was greeted by my roommate, Kelly, who introduced herself with a wide, almost too cheerful smile. At first, she seemed quirky but harmless. She told me she was a practicing witch, her words dripping with an unsettling sense of pride. I laughed nervously, unsure if she was joking or deadly serious. Her room was cluttered with strange trinkets, candles burned to stubs, small jars filled with powders and liquids I couldn't identify, and a stack of tattered books with symbols that made my stomach churn. Kelly had a habit of staring, her eyes lingering just a little too long, as if she could see something hidden deep inside me. And the whispers at night? I convinced myself it was the creaking of an old house, or maybe the wind slipping through a cracked window. But when I passed her room, I swear I heard chanting, low, guttural, and in a language I couldn't place. I wanted to ask her about it, but something in my gut told me not to. Instead, I kept to myself, counting down the days until my stay ended. Then, one morning, she was gone. No goodbye, no note, nothing. At first, I felt relief, but that relief quickly turned to dread when I noticed her room was still full of her belongings, as if she had vanished mid-step. I decided to call the Airbnb host to ask if they knew where Kelly had gone. That's when the real horror began. The host sounded confused and alarmed. "Who's Kelly?" they asked. My blood turned cold as I explained. Their reply chilled me to the core. "There shouldn't be anyone else staying there but you." I hung up, my hands trembling, and returned to her room. This time I searched it. Her suitcase sat in the corner, heavy and unzipped. Inside were items I can't unsee: a shattered mirror, a small bottle filled with a thick crimson liquid, and scraps of paper scrawled with incomprehensible symbols. One note read, "The soul must be willing," in jagged, frantic handwriting. My heart pounded as the air in the room seemed to thicken, and the faint scent of iron filled my nose. I didn't stay another night. I packed my bags, bolted the door behind me, and drove until the house was a distant memory in my rearview mirror. To this day, I wonder who or what Kelly was. The suitcase, the chanting, the unshakable feeling of being watched.